I was born, after the Civil Rights Movement, so I really didn't understand the relationship about, working on the railroad and some of the history African Americans do. But I did as I worked on the railroad. I've been on the railroad 21 years now. And I started to understand that a lot of history, at one point, the job that I'm doing now, which is locomotive engineer, I knew at certain points when, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago, we could only just be porters on the train. We could only just take the bags and be some kind of servant on the train. So for me to be a locomotive engineer in this day and time was definitely something that I knew that it came from somebody else's struggles to actually get to this point. And now I look on the trains today and I can see a whole lot of African Americans on the train. I mean, engineers, conductors, LSAs, the whole entire, I call it the soul train sometimes. You just get on there, it's just a lot of people on there with a lot of soul. So it's definitely been a change in how things were 40 years ago and 50 years ago until today's time now. I believe it's because of my infamous being a locomotive engineer on the Obama train, whistle stop tour, the inauguration for President Obama when he caught the train from Philadelphia to Washington, D.C. He was actually taking the trip down from Philadelphia, and I think it was because that's what actually Joe Biden wanted to do. He was a big train guy. He rode the train for over 17, 18 years from Wilmington to Washington every day to go on Congress and do his job as a senator from the state of Delaware. And I believe he kind of encouraged President Obama with the high-speed rail and all those things that were trying to take place, that we need to rebuild this system and get people more involved in taking the trains. And so I think this was pretty much inspired by the whole Joe Biden riding the train every day and the whistle stop tour, because actually when President Obama was doing some campaigning, he did a train tour up around Harrisburg and Philadelphia. So it kind of captured this whole, reaching out to the people and going back in the rail system like they did, with some of the Pullman cars and things of that nature. So they just reached out and found a way to actually connect to the people.